A sailor went to sea to see what she could see.
The Sailor of the CCC, A Tale of Two Curves. High atop the deck of the Function, Vivian the sailor navigated the great exponential ocean. She was a striking woman with a V-shaped face. Her sharp jawline started near the center and swept upward in a dramatic, accelerating curve toward her ears. This was the mark of the power peaks, where values didn't just walk, they soared toward the infinite stars. Note: this tale may not be 100% faithful to the visual records, but it is true to the math. To understand the rise, Vivian would say, one must look at the base. Beneath the waves lived Logi, a bright silver fish with golden stripes who called the logarithmic depths his home. Logi's body followed a gentle, steady arc, rising steeply from the tail and then leveling off toward his head. Log, 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 he sang in a rhythmic bubble song. Whenever he swam, he traced a slow but constant journey toward the distant horizon, mimicking the steady growth of a logarithmic function. One morning, the ship arrived at the CCC, a treacherous stretch of water where the great MCQ barrier blocked the path. Floating in the air were shimmering bubbles containing graphs of different bases: y equals a caret x, y equals b caret x, and y equals c caret x. To pass, the barrier boomed, you must rank the bases from smallest to largest. Vivian and Logi looked at the tangled curves. Log, 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 Logi chirped, pointing to the sky. We need to see their values at the unit mark. Vivian reached for her belt and drew her signature tool, the vertical axe. It was heavy and double-headed, designed to strike downward with absolute precision. To find the base of an exponential, Vivian declared, I use my axe to make a vertical cut at exactly x equals 1. This reveals the value of the base a on the vertical y-axis. With a powerful swing, Vivian brought the vertical axe down at the x equals 1 mark. The blade sliced through the 3 exponential curves. The intersection points appeared like bright sparks. 1C was the highest, 1A was in the middle, and 1B was at the bottom. Look, Vivian shouted, because C is at the highest point on my axe. C is the largest base. By cutting vertically, the mystery is solved. Logi watched the splash and chirped, that works for the sky, Vivian, but in the deep the logs are harder to catch. He swam to a coral chest and retrieved a long, slender horizontal knife. It was thin as a whisker and sat perfectly level. For my curves, Logi explained, we don't look at how high they go at a certain step. We look at how far they must travel to reach a certain height. A second bubble appeared with logarithmic curves, y equals log underscore ax, y equals log underscore bx, and y equals log underscore cx. I'll handle this, Logi sang. He thrust his horizontal knife through the waves at exactly y equals 1. By cutting horizontally, he explained, I can find the base by seeing where the curves cross my blade. Since 1 equals log underscore ax means x equals a, the x-coordinate of the cut is the base itself. Logi's knife hit the curves one by one. The first intersection was close to the center, but the last one, for base B, was far to the right. The further the cut travels to the right, Logi bubbled, the larger the base is. This log has a massive base because it takes so much x to reach a height of 1. Vivian cheered from the deck. They had ranked the logs with a single horizontal slice.
An octopus.
Vivian looked down at Logi and realized something wonderful. Logi, your horizontal cut at y equals 1 is the mirror image of my vertical cut at x equals 1. They realized that if they placed a mirror between them at a 45-degree angle, the line y equals x, their curves were perfect reflections. We are inverses, Vivian cried. Your inputs are my outputs, and my growth is your rhythm. The function sailed through the shattered remains of the MCQs into a calm, golden sunrise. Vivian the sailor and Logi the fish, knew that whether they were cutting through the heights with an axe or the depths with a knife, they had the tools to solve any function. The CCC was no longer a place of confusion, but a map of growth and logs they had learned to read together.
A sailor went to CCC to see what she could see, but all that she could see was a blue whale swimming and a baby shark swimming and an octopus